All right, I'm here with probably one of the, in my opinion, bravest fighters in the counter-jihad movement, Anne-Marie Waters.
Hi.
Thanks for being with us.
Not at all. Thank you. How are you doing?
Mashallah. So,
I don't know how to answer that.
yeah, nobody ever does. So tell us, we're here today. I'm out on the streets here in London. Things look scary.
Things are scary. This country has changed beyond recognition in the last 5 years, in the last 10 years, in the last 20 years. I don't recognise it anymore. I don't know who we are anymore. We used to be British. Now we're a multicultural, apparently Britain has always been multicultural. A multicultural mess, and nobody knows who they are. The British have lost self-confidence, lost belief in this country. My aim, my job, I consider it to be my job to try and get it back. Let's start loving this country again.
How do we do that?
Well, we can start, well, there are several ways. One of the ways is in schools, and which is why my party has a huge manifesto promise on schools, is to stop teaching British children to hate Britain, because that's what's happening. They're learning about every culture in the world, how wonderful it is. They're learning to love everyone in the world except themselves. They're learning to hate themselves. That's key. That's absolutely key. It would also help if we didn't have a House of Commons full of MPs who haven't got the guts to defend this country and who, frankly, they shouldn't be there. They shouldn't be there. They're there as representatives, apparently, of the British people. But actually, I think most of them care more about the Palestinians than they do about the British. This is certainly when you're talking about Labour.
Who are the Palestinians?
I don't know. There's some group who've invented themselves from the Middle East.
I'll look it up.
Right, please do, please do. And when you do, look, tell me whatever you find out. That's a name. It's a name called the Palestinians, but nobody quite knows who they are.
Okay.
Yeah.
And but on a serious note, things are concerning, and it's a worldwide phenomena. Do you have hope?
Of course, there's always hope. You have to have hope. I believe in this country. This country has been through the mire 100 times over and come out on top. And if we could find the spirit of Churchill, we could save this country again. And the spirit of Churchill is a pro-Britain spirit. And it's a spirit that's not cowardly either. You know, Churchill stood up and faced the enemy and defeated the enemy. Now we have a run and hide mentality. The enemy is here, behave yourself, be nice. If we're nice to them, they might be nice to us. Be nice. Come on, you know. It's like saying, if we went back to the 1930s saying, let's be nice to Hitler and he'll be okay. He'll be nice to
Many
us.
of my community did that.
And they did, absolutely, and they did. And the British government prior to Churchill did the same. I think we had a peace in our time declaration. And from a man who was invading all around him, they knew what he was. They could have stopped him, but the appeasement policy was primary, and we have the same policy now when it comes to Islam, which is appease, appease, appease. If we give them Sharia law, they won't kill us. Well, if you give them Sharia law, they will kill you because they'll take your country from you and kill you for being apostates in the end. You know, where is the courage gone? Where is the backbone gone? This is a great country. Get the backbone back into this country, and it can be Britain again. But at the moment, it's not Britain. I don't recognise it as Britain.
And what is the largest threat facing Britain today?
Islam. You know, I see people all the time who talk about Brexit. And of course I'm pro-Brexit. I voted to leave the EU. I think it's vital that we leave the EU, mainly because if we don't, then it's the last nail in the coffin of democracy. The people will finally be told your vote means nothing. It's absolutely vital that we leave the EU. But that is not the greatest threat facing us. And I'll go on record now and say it. There aren't EU rape gangs roaming this country, raping little children. There aren't EU people blowing up children in Manchester. You know, the EU is important, yes, but Islam, it's killing us. It's raping our children, for God's sake. It is imposing its will upon all of us, whether it be halal or special rules for women who want to wear a cloth over their face when no one else can. You know, it's supreme. It's a supremacist religion, and it is being treated as supreme in Great Britain today. I'm ashamed to say that, but Islam is dominating this country. It has to stop, and there's no way back from this. It's not a minor political issue. It's not something we can vote in and out, like we vote the Tories in or out, or vote Labour in and out. It's permanent. These people are coming here, making a home here, living on benefits, and spreading this poisonous ideology in our society, and very, very few have the guts to stand up to it. It's trendy enough now to be anti-EU, still difficult, but it's not nearly as difficult as being anti-Islam. Islam is the threat this country faces. Islam. And the main reason the EU is a big threat is because it keeps allowing Muslims to come and live here. That's the big reason. And it's anti-democratic. But in every way, in sort of social development, the big problem is that it's allowing mass migration from the Muslim world. Islam is the problem this country faces. And until we address it, until we stop dancing around, it will continue. It will only get worse and worse. And by the time we get to the point where the whole country realizes, I think half the country realizes it now, but by the time we get to the point where the whole country realizes, it may well be too late.
Yeah. Absolutely. Speechless. I've got nothing left. Thank you so much for your work.